Welcome back. You're listening to Barely Sober Walker Talk. We're here for Fear of the Walking Dead. And guess who has finally returned from his adventure in Key West?
Well, what up? George here.
What is going on? We're back to discuss your favorite show.
Oh, yeah. My favorite show, your favorite show, everyone's favorite show.
So this is Fear of the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1, titled Monster. George, what do you give this episode?
I'm going to rate it a 6.3.
Ooh, okay. I had it in as a 6.5, so we're close. I'm always a little more optimistic than you by like 2 points, but
that's just how it is. Like we just always rate it so close.
Yeah.
So why do you give it a 6.5?
Well, I thought that this was a better episode than some of the stuff we got last season. Did you ever even catch up on last season, or did you just completely skip it?
I kind of like glanced over a little bit. I didn't pay too much attention to it.
So I did a little review of it, but in short, I kind of liked the first episode for its setup, and I liked the last episode because action finally happened, but everything in between was pretty much a slow burning waste. And you could tell there was like budget issues because there was hardly any zombies or anything in it. So I liked that this season started off with a sense of urgency because I felt like that was sorely missing from season 1, considering that they were like in Los Angeles and the apocalypse was happening. I didn't feel like the apocalypse was happening. At least this time you got to see like the city burning, military planes like dropping bombs and shit, and zombies chasing them on the beach. So I really liked that part of it, and then the episode kind of slowed down, but it's to be expected. I think it's headed in a much better direction this season, but my mind wasn't blown. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. That opening I thought was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was just kind of intriguing, the burning and the zombies, them coming in and trying to get to the boat. That was probably the most interesting part of the episode, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And a lot of the other stuff, like nothing too like appealing. Like Travis, I guess, was having some issues with his son,
You're right. We like one of the things that I have a problem with the show is that I don't mind a little bit of that like family drama. Like it's interesting to a point, but it seems like that's all that's going on this show. It's like they got 3 teenagers, all with their own teenage problems.
Right.
And it's just like
I think the rest of the episode, here's the thing, like I didn't think it was bad. Like I didn't hate it. Like I mean, nothing kind of really happened. It was really setting up some things, but I felt like it still had my attention the whole episode.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad either. It's hard to really gauge it though. I mean, you really didn't watch last season, but I never felt that sense of like urgency that we had in that opening scene. So that really made me optimistic about this season. But if this is going to be another season of them just like on a boat and having father-son problems,
they can't be on the boat for too long.
Yeah.
I'm assuming something's going to happen. They're going to have to get off the boat somehow. I mean, they don't really have food, so they're going to have to either maybe figure out a way to get food or do something. I'm assuming they're going to get attacked or have to go on land for food.
Right.
And that'll make the season interesting.
So basically, like I guess after the opening scene and they're on the boat, the 2 main things that are happening this episode, like plot-wise, are the girl, is it Alicia or Elisa? Alicia.
I think it's Alyssa.
Alicia, yeah. That girl.
That
she's been really dumb.
Yeah.
Just talking to random people. Like, I don't know.
I was like, oh, this girl's just falling hard.
Yeah, like
already,
on a voice.
just like she's lonely, like, and she was just, that was so easy for them to get their position, or
yeah. So we got that plot line, that little plot thread happening. So we don't know, are these bad people? Are they the people that shot up that other boat? It always kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it breaks realism. Like, do people turn bad that fast? I guess so, right? Like, but I don't know.
Well, if that one, what was it, Travis? Who is she talking to, Alicia, again?
She's you mean on the intercom thing on the radio?
Yeah, on the
I forget what his name was. Maybe Adam or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, so maybe he was being real honest, like partially, like in terms of we don't really have food, and we don't have water, and we don't, this and that, but not really telling their whereabouts. But then when I guess when it gets to a point where it's like, all right, we're freaking thirsty, we need water, we don't want to go on land yet.
That's true. You got to take some drastic actions.
I mean, you can only live like a 4 or 5 day a week without water.
That's
true,
what I mean? Right? Yeah.
So
I guess people can become aggressive that fast. Yeah, I guess I could see it. So that's one thread, and then the other thread we have is that Victor Strand, who's the guy that owns the yacht.
Yeah.
He is on a mission to get them to San Diego. So. And then, what's his name? The Salazar father. I forget his name, but him and Travis, or him and Madison rather, they're talking about. Daniel Salazar and Madison are talking about how they might not trust him and he might have ulterior motives. So those are the two kind of directions I see this going in now. Like, can they trust Strand, and what's going to happen with this other group of people? Heading towards them.
But I think Strand, he's kind of laying down the law in terms of it's his boat, he's running the show. And I feel like if he really had alternative motives or really didn't want them, I don't know. I believe that he maybe wouldn't have them on the boat, or maybe he's just doing it for Nick.
You missed him in season 1, right? Or did you kind of catch up on some of that?
I kind of got him a little bit, but
yeah, he's a pretty shady character overall.
Right.
I really like him though. I think he's the most interesting character on the show. He's got like the most charisma.
Right. But from what we learned from Walking Dead, also is you can't really survive on your own. So maybe he's keeping them around too, because he needs them. Maybe he realizes already that he needs some people.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was kind of talking about recently with someone about the original Walking Dead show is that they never have any plot twists, really. It's pretty straightforward. It's like what you get is what you get, and there's never like an episode where your mind's blown like, holy shit, I never knew that. Like, I mean, there's no crazy like really thought provoking storyline. So it'd be cool to see this show have some twists like that,
Right.
Like maybe they get to San Diego and it is for a completely different reason. And, Strand is like this guy that they didn't think he was or something. I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping for something to like differentiate this from the regular show.
Right.
Because if they just land on a beach and then they're just like surviving just like in the normal show, it's got to be different.
You're right. I think, and they have the opportunity to do that and take it in this show in a different direction. It's pretty much the same show with different characters, and they do need to have their differences, and hopefully they actually come up with that. As far as like, I mean, I don't know. Do you think this show is gonna go into like that action packed part of it, or is it going to take too slow?
I think one of the biggest complaints about first season was how slow it was.
Right.
So I'm hoping that they learn their lessons. This is a little bit of a faster paced season. We can see from like the promos and the trailers that eventually they do go on to land. I don't know if that's just to get food or supplies and then they go back on the boat, or if they're like landing for good. But you do see them on a beach fighting some walkers. A couple other scenes. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
he is on a yacht, not a sailboat. So when they run low on gas,
right,
you can't really be doing much.
That's also true.
So yeah, they have to worry about food. They gotta worry about gas. They gotta worry about, I guess, other pirates. You could say,
yeah,
getting attacked. I know, and then also going along with getting food and gas, worrying about the walkers that will be around. I
Yeah.
mean, how many places can you really get boat fuel? A lot of everyone will probably be trying to go get boat fuel. You know, they're
So
going to be hoarding that.
yeah, so like right off the bat, this show, it's kind of interesting that the conversations we're having right now are so different than what we would be having about the regular show. I mean,
Right.
they've obviously never been on a boat or
Yeah.
anything like that. So they are, I guess, more separate than I kind of think of them. I think it would be cool since they're on the West Coast. Did you ever read the book World War Z?
I read like half of it.
Well, in that, if I'm remembering it correctly, like the U.S. military pulls all their forces to the West Coast because
Hmm.
they basically get behind the Rocky Mountains, and everything east of the Rocky Mountains is like, fucked.
Right.
So it would be kind of cool to see maybe a little more of that. Like maybe they don't end up so like alone in the woods. Like I'm really hoping they just don't end up like alone in the woods. I guess like their main cast. Like,
Right.
it would be cool to maybe see more of the military, which we already have seen more of the military in the show. It just might be cool to see more of that, maybe more like actual battles against the walkers. Like a battle
Right.
for Los Angeles sort of thing.
I mean, yeah, that would be more interesting. You're right. They're more rural and kind of like in the woods in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, you know how sick I am of those woods. Fucking
Ugh.
same patch of woods they film in. Same road. I swear they film every
Oh,
episode on
that
the
definitely
same.
the same road every time.
Like I've never even seen a road like that. It's just like a little road in the middle of the woods. There's like no signs. There's like no paint. There's no like lines in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it's just lined with trees.
It's
And
just some road in Georgia that they're like, hey, we could film here forever. No one
this
ever comes
road is
down this
pretty
road.
cheap to block off and
Yeah,
film.
exactly. No one uses this fucking road. Look at it.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see if they're larger groups, and they're probably not going to. If that's the case, what you're saying is if the government or the military is on the West Coast, they're not going to. The groups aren't going to be run by the Negans, the governors, the Ricks. They'll be run by more government officials. I feel like.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, like to see the military and like remnants of the government kind of like instilling like some sort of martial law, and almost like the United States is like still going on, but just in a much more like primitive way.
Right.
And it would also that would make the show interesting because it would throw a spin on the original show because you'd like be like, damn, Rick doesn't even know that there's still government and stuff out there, So I don't know. It would add to the normal show too.
Right. Well, isn't Fear the Walking Dead kind of a little sooner?
Yeah, so they're only like 3 weeks into the apocalypse at this point.
Compared
so
to-
I think Rick is like maybe just waking up out of his coma, or is
Yeah, like
still
in
his
season
coma.
1, kind of
Yeah.
like, you know?
Yeah,
Right. So, yeah, so it could be put a spin on it a little bit in that way, you know. And it would be more interesting, I guess. You're right. Like, we don't want to see the same show.
yeah, the same show with shittier characters, basically.
Definitely shitty characters. Yeah, because like I feel like everyone in the group for The Walking Dead are just badasses at this point,
Yeah.
and it's just like
At this
cool.
point they are. But if you go back to season 1,
Right.
they all
Even
sucked in
Rick-
season 1 too.
Yeah.
Carol and Andrea and Dale, they all sucked. Even Rick sucked back in season
Yeah.
1. So
They all definitely transformed, and so they have these very interesting characters compared to what we have now in season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead. They're not as developed, so I think they need to find a way to bring on like interesting aspects, unless they somehow do some like time jump type of thing.
yeah, they need to like fast track these guys into being badasses.
Right.
Yeah.
They either need to do like have an interesting setup with the military government, something new on the West Coast, maybe like build like I don't know, like a group of boats, or maybe like I don't know, somehow find a way to band together with other people, or they need to like do some time jumping and maybe catch up to Rick's time, his age.
I don't know if they're gonna do any sort of significant time jump. It seems way too early in the show to do that. But
they have a lot of. You're right. We don't want to. But the thing is, if they do that, it'll create The Walking Dead compared to we're asking for a different show,
right?
Than that, and I think I don't know. Like we rated this episode pretty low, but I'm still kind of interested.
Yeah, me too. It's hard to rate it high.
Yeah,
because it wasn't like I didn't leave it like wow that was awesome. It just was it was entertaining, and I think it set up the season well.
I'm really looking forward to season 2.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this episode ends with this potentially hostile boat heading towards them. So that makes me think, like. I remember when I was watching season 1 of The Walking Dead, I remember looking around at that cast and thinking, like, damn, that person's expendable, that person's expendable. I remember thinking about that, about Carol, too, but obviously I was wrong. But when I look at this cast, I can't figure out who they would kill, because most of them are kids.
It's very tight right now.
Yeah, it's very tight. There doesn't seem to be a character that might go. So who do you think's going to be the first to die?
Let's see. Of these characters on the boat, well, here's the thing. I bet. I think people are enjoying Travis because I feel like he's more of a well-known actor and he's doing well. I want to go with, and I think Strand is going to be very cool to see going forward. I want to go with Madison.
Really? I think she's the lead.
Really?
They kind of set it up that way in season 1. She didn't have that big of a role in this episode.
Ned Starker.
Maybe.
Well, here's the thing. Know. I think Travis is very like a great character and could develop very well. But like I feel like like Daniel's wife is dead. Like people are losing like everybody. Yeah, but I feel like Madison and Travis like really have each other.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Travis's ex-wife died in the season finale.
Right. And that was Chris's mom, right? That he was upset about.
Oh yeah, that's right. We should talk about that a little bit. What a fucking asshole! He just dumps his mom in the ocean like that.
I kind of wanted when Chris hit his father, Travis.
Yeah,
I kind of wanted Travis to swing
back
at him.
Back.
Be like, I'm your father, like I had to do, he kind of was just giving up on not really trying to talk to his son about like why he did those things.
Right. Yeah.
He had to have Madison kind of do it for him, and then kind of I don't even know if he forgave him jumping in the water. That was kind of weird.
That was
out of nowhere. He's just like, I'm gonna go for a swim.
Yeah, I think he was maybe not. I don't know if he was like really committing suicide. Where he just was like kind of in a suicidal mode and then was just like cooling himself off,
Yeah,
like,
kind of like feeling down, and then when he kind of got caught or like he was in the water, he's like, oh wait, I don't want to.
Yeah, he's just like, I was just going for a swim.
Yeah, he kind of backed out.
But anyway, I'm gonna say that I think Madison and Travis are both safe for a while. Okay. Yeah, I do think that. I guess one of them has to go eventually, and I honestly think that Travis might die before her.
Right.
But as far as the first person to go, that's a really tough one. I mean, the weakest character right now seems like Ophelia Salazar.
Right.
They don't really give her that much screen time. She doesn't have that much personality, but I don't know. Daniel already lost his wife. Is he going to lose his daughter too? I don't know. I guess I'll put my money on Ophelia, but
why not? I mean, we have no idea.
No idea, yeah.
So we're just guessing, and it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, someone dies.
Someone's gonna die. They got. Is this a 16-episode season or 15?
I mean, it will be a half, right?
Oh, I'm not sure. Are they breaking up in the half?
Well, season 1, I believe, was 6 episodes.
Yeah, and then they made this a full season. It's got 15 episodes. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. I don't know if they're going to do a mid-season break or anything like that. We'll have to see.
They probably will. They'll do it around after probably The Walking Dead in October, November.
Yeah, we'll see.
Probably so. We'll get at least 8 episodes.
Yeah, you think we'll get 8 episodes now, then 8 episodes?
Yeah, that's how they'll do us.
Yeah.
So I hope they have another 7 episodes to really develop this beginning of the season, and I think it's a lot of room to kill at least one person in this group.
Definitely, yeah.
And add to the group in some way, and have to create enemies, you know?
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah, all right. Well,
So, I mean, I was kind of skeptical real season 1. Like, I really wasn't into the show. Like,
you were hating it.
All. And you were like, George, you got to start watching season 2. I'm like, no, I was telling you, I was so adamant about not
I'm surprised you
watching
actually gave in and watched it.
You know what? I saw a commercial when I was on vacation for it, and I was like, ooh, that was a cool commercial. And then, you were, you know, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. If I hate it, then I'll go on rants about how I hate it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't that great episode, but it intrigued me, and I kind of definitely will watch the second episode live and see how I feel about it, you know?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, we'll be there to review it. So this was Barely Sober Walker Talk. I'm Chris.
I'm George.
And let me know what you guys thought. Leave your comments below. Like and subscribe to this video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter now. We'll be doing reviews all season long of Fear the Walking Dead, and probably sprinkling in some regular Walking Dead videos here and there. So tune in.
Yep. Have a good one.